My name is James Williams Jr. This is my last video for tonight. So I want to talk about some supernatural shit. Alright? I'm going to make a video about one of the Native American legends. It's not so much as a person, but more of an ability. So, it's called Dreamwalking. Now, let me see if I can do this without sounding like a complete dick. As a child, most people dream, and you dream until you're an adult. But very few people can dream walk. And what dream walking basically means is that you can walk into other dreams, or you have the ability to pick a dream up right where you left off. My ability was to pick a dream up right where I left off. I could return to any dream before I was 15 years old. Any dream that I had from the age of 9 to 7, or from 7 to 9 to about 13, 14, maybe once or twice when I was 15. But prior to being 15, I could dream and go back to exactly the same place and point in that dream that I went to school with. If I woke up and the dream was great and it wasn't like a sex dream, because if I could go back to sex dreams, oh God, believe me, I would go back to sex dreams every fucking night. Who needs a girl? I can go back to sex dreams. Yeah. Might not like the aftermath of that when I wake up the next day, but if I could just go and have sex in my dreams all the time, I wouldn't need a girlfriend or anything else. And in fact, I probably wouldn't want to wake up ever. But the fact of the matter is, there are different levels of dream walking, different classifications of dream walking. And I would be what you would probably call a class A, because I could only go back into dreams that I was having that I could pick up. I couldn't touch somebody on the forehead and go into their dreams. That's excessive. And if you can do that, you're a bad motherfucker. But for me, my dream walking ability only allowed me to go back into dreams. Now there maybe be one or two dreams I couldn't really fucking return to. But most of the dreams I had, if I really thought about it hard enough before I went to sleep, I could go back into that dream and pick up where I left off. And everybody's going to look at me like, James, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. Okay, that's fine. You have your opinion, and that's cool. I'm not a full-blooded Native American, but I have talked to other people about that, and they said that's only because most Native Americans can do that. And I'm like, I'm not full-blooded Native American. I shouldn't be able to do any of that shit. And also, it also depends on how open-minded you are and what you believe in, spirituality and stuff like that. Now, the one thing I haven't been able to do, I haven't been able to contact any of my dead Native American ancestors, because believe me, if I could, I would be talking to my grandmother Ada all the fucking time. And I can't do that, because she's gone to the great spirit, and therefore, there's no coming back. If you have learned all the lessons that you need to learn, then there's no coming back. So, in that, I have decided that I'm going to tell you this story about dream walking. Now, when I met my friend Lloyd, I had a dream about a dinosaur, the cop from Police Academy, and some really nasty stuff going on. It was the last dinosaur, there was a robot, the cop from Police Academy, the black chick, she was my partner, and unfortunately in my dream, I was a white man. I don't know why I was white, but I was white. So in this dream, the last dinosaur was being molested by some people. That's the best way I can describe it. And there was a big shootout. Well, my female cop partner from the Police Academy movies, Hook, she left me. I called her all kinds of negatives, and she drove off and left me in a courtyard, a junkyard, and was fighting all these other guys. And then they dropped this big robot that looked like RoboCop on steroids, and he was killing everybody. He killed the dinosaur, he killed all the bad guys, and he tried to kill me, and I trapped him in a bathroom. And I held the door shut, and his arms changed into guns, and he sprayed everything except for the door in which I was holding. And one bullet went through. So then I left. I was running through the streets. He was running after me. I jumped on the hood of a Fiaro, because that was like my dream car. And it was before the Pontiac Banshee came out. Coyote X was out, but I would never have that in my dream. Anyway, so I jumped in the car. I commandeered it from some blonde chick, and I drove the car to the police station. And in the police station, the black cop that was Sledgehammer's boss was my boss. So I ran to him because I'm an idiot and he's the only one that had the key to my locker. Now, when I got to him, the robot had got to me. And the robot threw me all the way into the cafeteria. And this is where you know you're dreaming, when all your police buddies don't pull out their weapons to help you fight this fucking giant robot. They just pick up their chaise. And it's funny how the cafeteria and the police station looked like my cafeteria in grade school at Berlin Moran. And everybody, when the robot came in there, kept hollering, you with the gun. That's the only thing he'd ever said. He wouldn't say anything else. And it got me on the table, start slamming me down, and then it slid me through the table or across the table. And everybody just picked up the plates. And the robot was like incredibly fast. So it run down the end of the table and it opened up the trash can top and it flipped me the trash can top and it shook me around and slammed the trash can top into the steps. And I fell down the steps. And I don't know how I fell down the steps. I wound up back up the steps, but I was running to my boss. I said, you need to get my locker open. Get my locker open. So my boss got my locker open and I pulled this fucking RPG. The same one that Arnold Schwarzenegger used in Commando. And the first shot I fired, he caught it. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So then I fired another shot and he caught that. And I said, oh, this is just horrible. And then he did like this. And then I shot him with the last two in the gut. And the big explosion only blew him up. It didn't blow up the whole building like it probably would have in real life. And it knocked us all down. But he got back up. And my boss looked at me and said, you got to get the fuck out of here. So I jumped in the stolen Fiero that I commandeered, because cops can commandeer your car. So I'm driving. And somehow, I don't know where the fuck we are, but we're on a cliff. And the car is curving like this, and this motherfucker jumps through. And my car doesn't have a sunroof, but he punches his feet through the car. And somehow or another, I have the coherency to ram his toes back up through the roof so they hook, and he's stuck in the car. And I'm driving. He's shooting down into the car, and I'm avoiding bullets like I'm bulletproof. And I'm driving. And remind you, this is a dream now. So I'm driving, and I was like, I've done everything except for burn this motherfucker to hell to get rid of him. So the car is also leaking gas because one of the shots hit the gas tank. So I'm like, okay. I pushed the igniter thing in, like I seen that in a movie before I went to sleep or something. I don't know how this shit happened in my dream, but I pushed the damn thing in, and I drove up to Suicide Dive. I don't know why it was called that, but as the car headed towards the cliff, I jumped out of the car. The car and the robot, who's standing on there like this, still shooting into the car because he never seen me jump out. It goes off the cliff and blows up, destroying the robot's body, but not the robot's head, because the explosion's so powerful that the head comes up and lands beside me. And he opens up his eyes and says, you with the gun. And I wake up. So, the very next night, I go back to that point in the dream. And the dream is only with me and this robot, probably for the most of the dream. And I kick the damn robot's head off the cliff. Then, 2 days later, I have the exact same dream all the way through. But I changed things in the dream. I literally had the power to change shit. So, the dinosaur doesn't die. My partner still leaves me, but this time she leaves me twice. She leaves me at the police station. I still commandeer the red Fiero, but this time I commandeer it from the police station that belongs to the boss. Everything that happened before still happens with the lunchroom, still happens with the robot, and this time when the robot goes off the cliff, I actually had a fucking stick of dynamite in the car, and I lit it, and I threw it in the back, and I rolled out the car, and then it blows up. But the head pops right back up and says the same damn thing, you with the gun. Now I know you're all thinking, how old were you again? Because I was between 7 and 15, and I do believe in recurring dreams. But I've also made a video earlier to talk about the Witch Rider, so yeah, you guys can figure that shit out. But the thing is, about the time I turned 15, 16, I was no longer able to do that. I've never been able to pick up a dream where it left off from, ever again. Now, I don't know if it's because I grew up and stopped believing that I could do it, or it's just that was just that phase that when you're innocent, you can do these things, and when you start grasping reality and getting more older, you lose it. I don't really know. I haven't had a shaman or anything to talk to about it so I can find out what happened. But, dream walking does exist. But here's the secret. Every ethnicity has dreamwalkers. If you're white, if you're black, if you're Native American, or of any Asian ethnicity, you all have the power of dreamwalking. So I'm going to close with that. Google it. Dreamwalkers. It's a real thing. Who knew? I thought I was just crazy. But yeah, it's a real thing. Dreamwalking is the same thing as like a supernatural spirit, like the Wraith and shit. Google that too. I'm James Williams Jr. Come for having number 2, B, C, and U.